So, in all honesty, like, what even inspired you to become a sexual educator?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, so I grew up in an environment where in my household, or not my immediate household, but my elder uncles and cousins, we spoke about sex quite freely, like in terms of how you spoke. Some of it was quite egotistical, if I'm honest, in the sense of how a man's supposed to perform in a bedroom, and obviously you got these, you could say these pressures in terms of how you should be with women, right? So the subject of sex was never really kind of seen as taboo for me growing up. And then after I graduated from university and I went to Egypt for 3.5 years, I came across a number of books written in Arabic about sex and sexuality from an Arab Muslim perspective, and I thought actually this would be quite interesting because we don't really hear, Muslims speaking about sex. So I translated some of that, and then I wrote a book called A Taste of Honey, which explored sex and sexuality, also known as erotomology from an Islamic perspective. When that book came out, and then I wrote 2 other books but directed at men about how they should treat women and things like that in a sexual perspective and also a relationship perspective. Someone emailed me, I actually remember the date, on 8th of August 2016, I think it was 2016 or 15, and then asked me why didn't I mention Kunyaza, given that I'm an African and I wanted to celebrate Africans, and I was like, I did my Googles, I came across his practice and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And at the time, there was a documentary that was being co-funded by Olivier Jourdan, the Sacred Water documentary. So I reached out to him. I reached out to a couple of my friends, a couple of friends from Uganda and someone from Rwanda as well, to hear more about this practice. And what I came across was that, because I thought there'd be a book. There was a number of articles, but there wasn't any books. And I thought, okay, rather than kind of complain, because I was thinking, how come there isn't a book? We should know about this. I thought, okay, let me try and do some research and put in a form of a book, so not only to document this heritage and this tradition, but also to pay homage to the African women in particular who started it and who are continuing to teach it. So one thing, even though yes, I'm not from Rwanda and obviously I'm a man and I'm writing it, I try to make it very clear that I'm paying homage to the women who started this practice and are continuing to teach it, because I think one thing that nowadays, and I've noticed in the last couple of years, is that Kunyaza has been whitewashed as well. So there's a number of articles I've seen in German, French, where I've even given some interviews with people, and then all of a sudden, again, they don't need to show my face, but at least show a black face. I'm seeing white people.
Yeah, I know. I was even going to mention there's a book actually